actually caved in.
Yeah, and we got a full trolley.
Yeah. Everybody still having fun?
Yes.
All right. So what happened was there was a guy named Tombstone. He was working in the back of the tunnel. The tunnel caved in. All the mine owners sent workers to dig to the back of the tunnel. They did that every time they had a cave in. They tried to get as many people out of there and save them as fast as they could. In this situation, they dug all the way to the back of the tunnel and never found a trace of Tombstone. As a matter of fact, Tombstone was never heard from again, ever, in Tombstone, Arizona. But in that tunnel, to this day, they can still hear the sound of somebody banging rocks together and rubbing rocks against the wall and crying and moaning and bellowing for help. And a lot of folks believe that's the ghost of John Heath still hanging out in that mine shaft. Everybody still having fun?
Yes.
Moving on, we're going to turn the corner right here. I want everybody to look out this side of the trolley once we turn the corner. You're going to be looking at that building right over there. There's two signs on this building right there. One of them says jail, the other one says marshal's office. That was the original marshal's office for the first two fires. In the early 1880s, they had two fires that burned down the building twice. The second time, they moved it to a completely different location. But that's not what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about is a ghost that hangs out from that office all the way down to this intersection. Alright. Two things to pay attention to in this photo. Number one, the white poles right here, two of them are very distinct in this photo. Number two, there's an oval circle on the photo. Look in the middle of that circle. You'll see a transparent figure wandering down that boardwalk right there.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, see it. Did you catch it, sister? Wait, there's only a hard corner that light's on. I'm gonna just have you down on the pictures so I can. Oh, light's on.
Now nobody here knows who the heck this guy is, but there are literally thousands of photos of this ghost online. All you gotta do is look up the ghost of 5th and Elm Street, Tombstone, Arizona. Now, a lot of folks believe that this is probably a ghost of a man who hung himself in the marshal's office. I don't know what he did to hang himself, but anyway, he hung himself, and that's why they believe it's probably there. All right. All right, we're pulling forward to the intersection right up here. This is the bloodiest intersection in the city of Tombstone. Over 70 people was murdered or killed on this intersection alone. I don't know why they talk about the gunfight at the OK Corral so much. The gunfight here or the OK Corral. But anyway.
Yeah.
They have a bar on every corner, probably attributed that number. The bar on this corner right here is where the very first fire broke out. What happened was the bartender was in the back of the bar and he was checking the level of a whiskey barrel. He took a lit cigar and he stuck it in the bunghole of the barrel.
The bunghole?
Yeah, that's a real word.
Okay.
The bunghole is the cork on the side of a barrel. You see a little hole in the side?
Oh, yeah, I know where it is.
That's where you put the tap, okay? Get your mind out of the gutter, all right? Y'all just learned something.
Oh, let's go with it.
Bunghole of the barrel. All right. So he took a lit cigar, stuck it in the bunghole of the barrel. It ignited the whiskey. It turned the barrel into a bomb. It blew up, set fire to the saloon, and burnt down 2 city blocks before they finally got control of the fire. All that took place in that building. This over here is the Owl Cafe. The Owl Cafe was dubbed the Bucket of Blood Saloon. The reason they called it the Bucket of Blood Saloon was because back in the day, the folks that would mop the floors at night, they would take the mop water out back and dump it in the alleyway, and it looked like a bucket of blood from all the stabbings and shooting and fighting and all the craziness that went on inside there. That's the Bucket of Blood. Now back over here, this is the Crystal Palace Saloon. The Crystal Palace Saloon was originally called
the Golden Eagle Brewery.
All right, you folks, y'all are almost all from Arizona. You have to know Golden Eagle Brewery. Anheuser-Busch. That's Arizona. That's who makes Budweiser, okay? They bottled Budweiser right here in Tombstone back in the 1880s. And they bottled it right there in that building. Now they got a lot of ghosts that hang out in there as well. They have a ghost that wanders up and down the bar. If you're a lady You get the nice soft rub. And
What the heck?
if you're
Yeah,
a
no way
guy,
I'm
you
going
get the
in there.
harder thumb rub, you know, that sort of thing. So, if you want to get felt up tonight, that's the place right there.
Yeah, you know where I'm going tonight.
Yeah. They also have a roulette wheel up on the wall. If you walk to the back of the building and look on this side of the wall right there, they have a roulette wheel in a glass case. Now the folks that work in there, some of them swear that the roulette wheel moves from time to time. Only there's no way to move the roulette wheel. It is sealed in a glass case. The wind can't even affect the roulette wheel, but it does move from time to time. Now, down in the basement, they have the same problem as they have at the city hall. Stuff being moved around all the time, weird noises and sounds. They have what they call cold spots. So you walk through the basement area and you walk through and you get a chill when you walk through a little area there. And then when you walk back out of it, you're back to normal again.
It's like a solid person.
Show him when we get off the trolley.
It's like a solid person. Yeah.
So anyway, cold spots, I think they're some type of ghostly activity. As you're walking through there, you can feel that. That's the same thing that happens at the City Hall. So this is the Crystal Palace. Now back over here, this is the Oriental. The Oriental Saloon, if you saw the movie Tombstone, you remember the scene where Wyatt Earp walks into the saloon, he slaps around Billy Bob Thornton.
Wait a minute. You mean to tell me the actor Billy Bob Thornton is so old that Wyatt Earp slapped him around?
No, I'm talking about a scene in the movie, okay? That scene in the movie actually happened. And it happened in that building right there. That was one of the things in the movie that was true. Now they also had a lot of killings in this building and around it. One of the survivors of the gunfight near the OK Corral, named Billy Claiborne, was actually killed right in front of the place. Now he went into the building one night and he demanded everybody in there call him Billy the Kid. Now the bouncer in there did not like him already. So they got into an argument right off the bat. He told him, you ain't Billy the Kid. Billy the Kid died in Lincoln County and you ain't him. And that's when the fight broke out. They drug him out front. They finally drug him out front, threw him in the street, and told Billy, don't come back without a gun. He came back all right. He came back with a rifle. He stood in front of the building. He demanded that Buckskin Frank Leslie come out and face him in the street. He did come out, but he didn't come out the front door. There's a side door way down the boardwalk right here. He walked out that side door, came right up to the front. As soon as he saw Billy, he shot him dead right there in front of the building. Now, Virgil Earp was also shot on this corner, and it was in December of 1881. He was walking out of the building right here. He walked up to the post out front. He stood there for a little while. He pulled out a match and a cigar. He struck the match on the post. He lit the cigar. He took a couple of totes off the cigar. He turned and walked this way, like he was walking across the crosswalk, just like that gentleman walking right there. Only when he got to the middle of the roadway right here, 5 individuals were on the second floor of the Bucket of Blood. They had not built the second floor yet, but they had all the construction material up there. So these guys are all laying in wait behind the construction material. When they saw Virgil get to the middle of the roadway right here, they thought they had a good shot. They opened fire. He fell to the street. They thought they had killed him. 2 of the guys ran off that direction. 3 of them ran off this direction. To this day, nobody knows who the heck those guys were. They got a good idea who they probably were, but no evidence was ever presented to bring anybody up on formal charges. Anyway, Virgil lay there bleeding in the street. He wasn't dead, but he was shot up real bad. Now, Doc Goodfellow, he had an office on the second floor of the Crystal Palace, and he come down and tended to his wounds. He checked him out thoroughly. In his best scientific opinion, he determined that Virgil's arm on this side of his body was messed up.
Messed up?
Yeah, that's like a scientific term back in the 1880s.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, he checked him out thoroughly and suggested amputation. Now, Virgil wasn't having none of that. He said, no, you got to save my arm, Doc. They checked him out thoroughly. He patched him back together. He pieced everything back to where it was supposed to be. Put him all back together, threw everything back together there. But unfortunately, he had no use of that arm for the rest of his life. When he left Arizona, he went to California. He became a law enforcement officer out there as well, but he only had the use of the one arm. Y'all ready for the ghost story? All right, we have what we call a residual ghost that hangs out on this intersection. The residual ghost hangs out here between 2:30, 3:30 in the morning, okay? So, here's what happens. This ghost walks out of the Oriental Saloon. It walks up to the post out front. It does this motion on the post. It stands there for a couple of seconds, it turns and walks this way. When it gets to the middle of the roadway, just to the very spot where Virgil this was shot, it just disappears. Now this, like I said, happens early morning hours. So if any of y'all are hanging around here about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, take as many pictures as you can so we can solve this mystery. Are you with me?
Yep.
3 of you. All right. Yay. Everybody still having fun?
Yes.
All right. Moving on. Yeah, we got blue light right there. You're getting reflections off of something. Anybody go to the gift shop here for the Tombstone epitaph back there today?
No.
There's a gift shop right here behind the Crystal Palace. It has T-shirts and hats. They have a old printing press in there that you can check out. They also have a souvenir paper. I highly suggest, if you have not done it already, go in there right over here and get you one.